by the fear that society could be breaking down, which unfortunately is also legitimate. Why do people fear this? Because local governments are encouraging it. During a time in which all Americans are stockpiling supplies, a viral video in San Francisco shows two people flagrantly looting a Walgreens. As they do it in full view on camera, nobody does anything to stop them, which tells you something bad about where our society is right now. Police are stepping back criminal enforcement all over the country, and the result, again, you can see it in the tape we've got on the screen, is anarchy. In New York, Los Angeles, Seattle, and the entire state of New Jersey, governments are releasing prisoners in response to coronavirus. Simultaneously, in many of those places, they are closing gun stores to keep law-abiding people from defending themselves, increasing the risk, preventing self-defense.
All part of the globalist elite plan.
Buck Sexton hosts the Buck Sexton Show. He joins us tonight. Buck, what does that look like to you? Increasing the risk on purpose, ceasing to enforce the law, releasing prisoners into the community, and simultaneously preventing people from defending themselves. What does that add up to, do you think?
Opening up the prisons and locking down gun stores obviously is bad optics, as they would say in D.C. I've been speaking to friends. I used to work for the NYPD, so I know people all across that department, and then also in the district attorney's office here, and they're just saying, look, the announcement that you're not going to prosecute certain crimes. This has happened here in Brooklyn and New York City. I'm right in the middle of town. Also has happened down in Philadelphia, and there are other cities too. They say these are the following offenses. And by the way, things like larceny and trespass, which are on the list here in New York, those are things that if you have a store that is currently shut down, as basically all stores are, you're particularly concerned about. Your inventory, any product you have there. Now the police are being told, well, they're not supposed to do anything. The bad guys are being told it's open season. On the prisoner release, Tucker, it's more a question of, do we trust the people that are making these determinations? From what I understand, there are concerns from corrections officers that they want to try and take some of the higher risk inmates out. They don't want to have to deal with exposure themselves. They also don't want to have to deal with a lot of sick inmates if they can, very sick inmates if they can avoid it. But the people that are making these determinations might be doing a kind of Pelosi moment here to achieve a social justice agenda in a moment of crisis. That's the concern with the prison release.
Well, they clearly trust the prisoners to behave once they get out of prison. They don't trust law-abiding citizens to buy guns to defend themselves. I mean, that's kind of it right there. They don't trust the public. If they did, they would say to law-abiding people, you should defend yourself, because of course you should.
Yeah, by definition, people that are showing up to a gun store so they can defend themselves at a point where, let's all be honest, it's going to get very sketchy in the weeks ahead. There's real concern about, some civil disorder, especially if the economy gets very, very rocky. And people should be able to defend themselves. But look, the social justice agenda of many prosecutors, many mayors in cities across the country does not stop even in this moment of extreme national crisis. And that's why the prison releases, the shutdown of the gun stores, and the non-prosecution announcements are they're stunning, but they're also kind of expected, unfortunately.
I hope that our viewers, if they were watching someone loot a Walgreens, would say something. You know, this society belongs to all of us, and you shouldn't stand by while that happens. You really shouldn't. I'm sorry.
Amen to that.
Buck Sexton, great to see you.